But while you're in these landscapes, you're a part of what you're painting.
Yeah.
You're taking this profound multidimensional experience that you're having because you're in these profoundly beautiful and natural settings with great energy. I mean, just talking about the wind, it's like how much energy was actually moving through for the wind to be that strong. So you're taking that and like stamping it into 2D, right? Like you're translating it into the second dimension.
Yeah.
And do you get the sense that you're taking that energy and moving that into the painting into the second dimension? Do you feel that it's another creative force that's being birthed? Does it feel like both? Does this question even make sense?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'll take you to a blizzard. Okay, so now you're in France again, not far from Geneva, and it's March. These were the days when it really snowed low at March. So it was about 8, 9 years ago, probably. And I went out with a friend and he was going to video me. And there was snow on the ground, but there wasn't that much snow. And we set up and there was this beautiful avenue of trees. And I was just really drawn by this avenue of trees, like this perfect avenue. You know, in France, like they build these avenues, like they grow the trees on either side of the road. And I was just drawn by this path, like going into the distance. And I thought, I'm going to paint this. So we set up, start painting. And as I start to paint, the first flakes of snow start to land on the canvas. And I'm like, oh, here we go again. And the paint starts to run. It's no longer this lack of control. It's that the paint is literally running off the canvas. I'm like, okay. And then the snow gets a bit heavier. So I'm trying to still my mind. And at a certain point, I just let go. And I start to observe that the paint and the snow are mixing on the canvas and they're creating these really interesting patterns. I'm like, wow, look at who's doing this? Now, is it the paint? Is it the snow? It's not me, or not the ego me. There's something greater that is creating with me as me. Now, words don't properly describe it. So, some people would say through me. I'd say no, actually, because you're an aspect of it. But the words don't describe it. What I'm really trying to get to here is the energy. And maybe you can feel this in your body, because this is it, right? This is it. This is the Shakti. This is the Kundalini. This is the Chi moving through our body right now. This is what's creating. And it is us and we are it. That's what's creating. It's not something separate from us. We are it and it is creating. And it's magical. It's really magical. It's like in that moment and you observe and you feel and there are chills running through you. Like you get goosebumps, you get chills running up and down your spine. Anyway, we were in this state for, I don't know, a couple of hours, painting probably for 4.5, 5 hours. And then at a certain point, the snow stops and I finish the painting. And I turn to my friend, Tony, who's videoing me, Tony Johnson. And I say, Tony, it's done. And he goes, I don't think it is. I think it's another 15 minutes. So I paint for another 15 minutes. And he was right. Like I looked at it, I was like, yeah, you're right. It's not quite finished. So I painted for another 15 minutes. And I was done. And at that moment, that exact moment, literally we're standing back, he's videoing it and saying that, the sun comes out. It melts the ice, which is holding the snow, the paint to the canvas. And the paint runs off. I'm not talking just some of it, all of it runs off the canvas. So I started with a blank canvas. I ended with a blank canvas, pretty much. I mean, just this paint run off. And all I have is the story. But the story is the story of really how creation happens. Creation isn't something that we impose on something. Creation, true creation, is something that is happening in harmony with everything. So when we believe that we're impacting something, that's the mind wanting to impact. But when we were in harmony with Mother Nature, it doesn't matter what we do. It will create positive vibes.